to get mad. The hell was that?
All right, so we're gonna get Alien.
You're a referee.
Oh my God!
I can't see what I laugh.
At some point, we're gonna get
See
back.
when I laugh.
Oh yeah.
My eyes disappear.
We are back. So the reason I miss this so much is because of this.
She got the fucking giggles now.
It's because of things like this. Just it's so much fun.
Oh man, my neck hurts.
Yeah, I'm hoping you viewers are out there right now going, "What the hell did I tune into?"
So we're professional.
When are you going to talk about ghosts, and why am I laughing till I pee my pants? But anyhow, no, we are going to get into hauntings. They said we got you did a lot of research in some of the most haunted places in the world.
I did.
Well,
And
this
you know
country
what?
you were just saying, right? America?
The U.S. was the number one, and then right behind it was the U.K., Ireland, Japan, and Germany. So, but we do.
I have so many inappropriate jokes I'm not going to say right now. but I would think that, like, if you look at the age of the countries, like.
Yeah.
I don't think
Africa
it's.
and
I'm going to
Europe
tell you
and
why
shit.
I think it came out that way, because I think it just depended how many, like there's a lot of paranormal groups, depending on where they're stationed or where they went, and where they're getting the actual footage to show that maybe there's some kind of proof.
See,
And I think it's adding all the activity.
Yeah, and
from all different.
and we
things.
like that. But I mean, but there's documented hauntings going on all. That's why I
Of
figured
course.
of
But
all
I
the
think-
history of Europe, they're like,
Yeah.
You know what? It just squeaked out the UK, but I mean, we know the UK.
damn
is super-
Crusades, they burnt up all that info.
Yeah, right.
My God.
We did have a lot of massacres and things here, though, and
Yeah.
a lot of Indian.
This is where the meteor hit that killed the dinosaurs, isn't it?
Yeah, right off of
We're like-
right off
Yeah.
of Mexico.
Yeah. We're
This is all Native
Atlantis was
Americans
supposedly
and-
not too far.
Oh, is it the Gulf of America or Mexico?
I
change that.
I like Mexico.
Oh, well, I mean, the only reason I like the Gulf of America is because they actually bypassed the whole thing about you can't drill in the Gulf of Mexico. So let's just rename it and drill.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What a great idea. I love that. But anyhow, so like, yeah, I mean, but yeah, we are doing the majority of the research then. So that's okay. So with that bit of information now that I have,
Yeah.
my information now.
Yeah.
But with that bit of information, I understand why the U.S. is the most. But for me, I would think even if it like wasn't documented, my money would have been on Europe.
I would think Europe,
There's
yeah.
so many, and like all the castles.
Like if
and
Africa
things
is
like that.
one of
I've
the
always
places
wanted to
that
go to a
all
castle.
humans kind of originated, wouldn't the most energy be going?
Yeah.
I
You know?
personally think it just depends on like
look at-
when
You
you're
could change
compiling.
that. And
Look at the amount of
manifest that.
wars fought in Europe and people and billions of people
Like
killed
what happened
over
in
millennia.
Germany, like all that horrible
They
stuff
just
that happened
maybe
in
a lot of them
Germany.
just didn't document it.
Yeah,
you know?
that's all.
So it's I
Yeah.
think it just depends on where.
Oh, I'm just going to adjust this a little bit for you.
Oh my God! Do you see what I have to go through? I'm just gonna sit with a mic in my mouth.
They're going to call Dreyfus on me.
Typhus?
Richard Dreyfus.
Oh.
He would be cool to have on the show. but yeah, that would have been my thing with the age of Europe and everything going on and the amount of history that has documented history
Yeah.
and the killings and the wars and everything
Well,
going
Because
on.
this
Maybe-
land was kind of preserved, like
Yeah.
we
Maybe
humans
it's because
were
our country
elsewhere.
believes a lot. So
Maybe
a
we're just
large
changing
percentage
the, maybe we're just
believes
changing the
in
energy. You could change
the
energy.
other side.
Yeah.
They believe in ghosts. They believe in spirits.
Well, that's like what we talked about in the last segment, where you can have somebody that's like, I don't believe in this crap, and nothing happens to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Europe can be like, I don't believe in this crap because they were told, hey,
Yeah.
the Catholic Church said, hey, thou shalt not believe in spirits, and
Yeah.
blah blah blah. This is not here, so okay, I don't believe it, and then it doesn't happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
We have to go with, there's a lot of people in the U.S. where they document it or
Oh, yeah.
they at least have a belief of it.
Oh, yeah.
And it's grown throughout since we started doing this, where more percentage agrees and will say, yes, I've had some kind of experience or heard some kind of noise in my house I couldn't explain or.
Yeah.
I mean, does Europe have a Bigfoot? That's a good
That's what I
valid
mean.
question.
I mean, I don't mind being in the country that is number one.
We're number one. I mean, we can ask. You know what? That could be our Ask AI segment at the end of the show. Does Europe have a Bigfoot?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, you think,
And does it speak another language?
Probably speaks French.
we know Bigfoot as being more alien-like too. So.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
So we touched on in our last episode on one of the most haunted places, which is obviously well known, and we live right by it. So since you live right there, give a little history of Clinton Road.
All right,
for
so
everybody.
there is a lot.
And it is in West Milford.
Yeah,
New
it's
Jersey.
right in West Milford, New Jersey. It's at the top, so you go 23 North. The big sign says Clinton Road. And when you get out, you literally pretty much drive right past my house. It's a beautiful road, first of all.
In the
it's
daytime.
It's wine in the daytime. I mean, I do have a couple stories about that place at night.
Yeah, it's creepy.
So, one instance you have is they call it like a Druid castle. It was an old mansion that burnt down, and now it's just down to a foundation. But the story was up in the woods that there was a lot of satanic rituals going on up there, and blah 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 blah. Just because it was old, it was creepy, it was out of the way.
Yeah.
You also have, they call it a Druid Tower, which is if you're coming from the west side of Clinton Road, right when you pass the first bridge, there's this big stone tower on your right. It's crumbling and it's old. It's actually a smelting tower that dates back to the Civil War. West Milford, in that area at the time, there was a lot of iron mines. And that's why my water is red. We had to get the iron breaker. That's why swimming in the reservoirs is so dangerous, because of so many uncharted mines.
Yeah.
That's the reason why, like, for us Jersey people, Route 80 is collapsing. All these uncharted mines they had are collapsing in.
Yeah.
So there was a huge iron industry up there, and they were making the cannonballs, making cannons and all that stuff, or they're making iron for the cannons and cannonballs. And so that's where that tower comes from. You also have, now they redid the bridge that was on, where it was supposedly, if you go by which variation of the story you're looking at, there was a boy that was killed on the bridge. Now, some people say that the boy was hit by a car. Other people will say that, the boy was picking up loose change, and that was the catalyst of him being in the middle of the road. But the story was that if you stand there at a certain time, if you throw quarters over the bridge, the money comes back up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Or based on the way, if you believe, which the story you're going to go with, if you stand there at a certain time, you'll be pushed out of the way. That bridge, I believe, was redone, so that whole thing is kind of in the wayside. The other one, now this one I very much believe in, is a maniac on Clinton Road that terrorizes people
Hell yeah.
in a black pickup truck.
Isn't that like you?
Yes, just like the one that I drove up here. So, all right, West Milford, New Jersey is a very rural town. There are a lot of pickup trucks. And now this is me debuffing this. So, this apparently at night, this person will come up and try to run you off the road. Let me tell you, that is the locals. And that is not
They
like
know
some
the-
hillbilly
they
that
know
goes,
the-
no, that is some
Yeah.
guy that just works 16 hours straight.
Yeah.
You're on Clinton Road sitting there going 20 miles an hour, and you're
Yeah.
like, you just got to get out of his way.
Yeah.
I've seen it done. I've done it, because then you get like apple season comes in, people go up in that area and they just go nice and slow. And you know what? I really got to go somewhere, or maybe I got to poop.
Yeah.
And but the road itself is very cool.
Yeah.
It's about a 12-mile road. I think about 12 miles. And it's a fun drive, about a 15-minute drive. And you will lose track of time.
Yeah.
You can sit there, you can zone out. And all of a sudden, you're just
It's
an
long,
autopilot.
though.
Yeah.
Now, this place, sorry to cut you off, this place has this energy to it. And it was probably there before the little boy died.
Oh, yeah.
There's probably things that have been happening for a long time in one of these
Oh, yeah.
energy pockets of the earth.
Well, you have water
Yeah.
in the area, and water is a very big attractant to spirits and all
Yeah.
Conductor.
Yeah.
You have a lot of minerals in the ground, so you could have natural ley lines in the area that
Hell
could
yeah.
do this too. I mean, it was used as a mafia dumping ground.
Yes.
So
heard
up
that.
up in the woods, there are still old cars. You're like,
Things
how did this
being
even get
discovered.
there?
Bodies.
Yeah.
The one famous body was the Iceman,
Yes.
where they found the body dumped on the road, and its veins were filled with ice.
Yeah.
So now at that time, oh my God, this is great. But trying to debuff this a little bit, somebody just had this guy in a freezer, and whatever, and just dumped him on the ring. Let's see. There's been UFO sightings.
What about the girl though? There's one when I was younger, in my 20s, where it was a girl that would walk out into the middle of the road, and then just by one of the bridges on there.
I don't know if it's that, or if you're thinking about Annie's Road,
Where's that one?
Toto Ave. I used to live in that a long time ago.
No, and it was because I remember we were crossing over like Berkshire Valley Road, and
Okay,
then over.
that's
So
up
maybe it's
there.
that one.
Could be.
I mean, we have so many up here. With,
There is a lot.
with the ghosts that walk across the room.
Yeah.
Well, there was a documented UFO sighting there in the 80s, and which is interesting because we do have Picatinny Arsenal
Yeah,
up in the area.
Canister Road had
Canister
that
Road
also.
had a lot of stuff,
Right
yep.
up the right
Yeah.
up the.
And again, you're looking
highway
at
from
things
there.
of mines, minerals, and all these things. Like this whole area was famous for some of
Oh.
its minerals.
Real quick, just to interject on that story, what we were just talking about, that strip of 23.
Yep.
I had a person that worked with me
Mm-hmm.
who was driving home at night, late at night, by herself in her car, and she remembers the car dying in the middle of the road, and then all of a sudden she's missing 2 hours of time.
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
And then all of a sudden she was back in the middle of the road with the car, and she was all messed up.
She was
She
ducking.
said, because the car started slowing down, and then it just completely died in the middle of the road. And then
Yeah.
she remembers seeing a bright light, and then nothing.
That's incredible.
And then she came back, and this is somebody who, was just driving home from work.
Yep.
But that reminded me of that because that's in that strip of road
Yep.
between
On 23?
Canister Road
Mm-hmm.
and Clinton Road on 23 there.
It was great as I was at the Smithsonian, and they actually talk about that mine.
Really?
That mine, and they talk
Yeah,
about
it's not
the.
far.
There was one area in the world that its only type of ore was gum, and it was glow in the dark stuff, and it was right up
sweet.
here in Franklin.
Hell yeah.
And so they talk about that. I'm like, I was just at that mine, but really cool stuff. So are those minerals,
Right
are
in our
that energy.
backyard.
Yeah.
And like what you said, a lot of people talk about on Clinton Road, feeling that of just where did the last couple
Yeah,
minutes go?
yeah.
It's gone.
It just feels so
that's-
long sometimes. At night when it's dark, like you get a really uneasy feeling, and like for me, like my heart will race and stuff, and that's always
you'll
when there's a
tap
lot
into
of spirit energy and things around there, and it's uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't want to get out over there. You just want to get to where you gotta go quick. When it's nighttime, like he said, during the day, it has a whole different energy.
Yeah.
Now, what is it about the light? Does it change the vibration of the
What
of
light?
the
What do
yeah.
you mean?
light and dark?
Oh yeah, it's
veil's
just like a
thinner
house where
when there's
people
no-
get like when it's nighttime and everybody's like I said, our hearing's more
Acute and all that stuff?
things like that. Where and spirits
'Cause, like, no one
can-
goes touch during the day.
Spirits can
Yeah.
come through easier. When it's dark, we can our eyes can see them easier. They're always there. Obviously, they're always around, but. It's like if you take a flashlight, and that's what we teach.
Yeah.
If you took a flashlight out in the middle of the day, you can't really see it.
Yeah.
But if you shine it around in your house in the dark,
Yeah.
it lights your way. So
I like thinking of it as, all right now we are using all our senses.
Yeah.
If you knock out one of our senses, let's turn the lights out. It's pitch black. Now what's becoming
That's
more
gonna
acute?
amplify, yeah.
Touch,
Everything.
hearing,
Yeah.
everything's
everything's
going
like
to take over.
we have 5 antennas that go up.
Yeah, for sure.
And so, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's just less compensating. But yeah, it is. If you could make it up there, it's a beautiful trip. The fall, it's beautiful.
That's right now it's just
But just
starting to
watch
get
out for.
there.
I got left up there one night on a fire call.
Oh, yeah?
That was. Yeah, it was the
Just
joke.
you and your hat.
Joke for the. That is literally what it was. We had a car accident up there, and we went and cleaned everything up. And
How'd they forget you?
oh no, it was on purpose.
Oh, okay.
It was literally like, okay, I was
That
still
makes
I was
sense.
still the new guy.
Just fucking with
Like, we're gonna go turn the truck around, boom, and I'm like, guys, I'm on Clinton Road all by myself,
Yeah.
and I mean, there is me,
Yeah, it's creepy.
a flashlight,
Yeah.
and the bear.
Oh,
Probably watching me. I don't
That's
know.
good.
And I literally flagged down as the cop came. I like jumped in front of the car. I'm like, "Hey, left me here." And I got on like the county
He
van
pulled
radio.
away, too.
Like, you guys freaking forgive somebody? But yeah, but no, yeah, it's a beautiful place, and
Yeah.
there's so much lore to it. But promise me this, people: if you go to Clinton Road, please do not stand in front of the sign and try to look tough when someone takes your picture.
Oh yeah. People do
That is the stupid like no, like, hey, here I am.
Yeah.
You trust me, you're not impressing the ghosts. Like, look at me, I'm standing. Like, all that's telling me is you probably parked on the highway and have a scowl on your face as cars are trying to avoid you. You're just going to
Yeah.
cause an accident. But
Yeah, there's a lot. What did you come across any like really haunted places when you were out to sea?
not that
Like in other countries or anything?
not really that I felt like, but what was very cool is we're going to come back on the sensory deprivation. There would be times I'd be working down like the ballast tank of a ship and it's pitch black, And somebody forgot a tool and they have to go back and get it. So I'm sitting there all by myself in the bowels of the ship, in mud, in water, and you can't see a thing. And I hear like drips and this, and it was so cool. And now I'm hearing voices that aren't my crew.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
cool.
How do you know you're not sailing into an area where a pirate ship went down?
Yeah.
And you're just kind of tapped into that zone.
Pretty much.
That's cool.
But never have I like felt something, but I've never gone looking for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But-
when you're out there working, you're probably not really.
Like, again, bringing it back to Clinton Road, we've driven down, like I had to go some ghost hunting in the equipment in the car and my kids were young. I'm like, hey, turn these on. They're like, well, what does it mean when all these lights go off? I'm like, what do you mean when all these lights are going off? The K2s were going nuts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't like erase the energy there. Definitely, there's enough documentation of that.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Did you see the subtle hints?
Yeah, he's staring at it. He's like
No,
getting the eye.
Yeah.
It's a cool place. There's so many hikers up there. There's so much
touristy?
magic up there. Yeah,
Yeah, touristy.
I mean, there's
Especially
there's
you live
hiking
there.
trails.
So,
Yeah,
I mean, like you probably see
there's
it all.
hiking trails. I mean, there's people.
Is it
getting
camping
lost.
allowed?
No.
Yeah, I
no,
think
because
so.
you.
if you can't even walk down the road at night.
Yeah,
there's
I mean,
a
you
cop stopping you.
You can walk down. I mean, people bike it, people hike it, people walk it. It's not a problem. They do have instances with going in the lakes because technically it is Newark watershed area.
Oh, that's good.
So that water is
Contaminated.
for people in Newark, but
Yeah.
I mean there are trails that go through it. Just make sure you have your permits.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah. I mean it just
Well, I think, and especially with a lot of TV shows were going to famous places and documenting where there were a lot of hauntings and things like that. And
Yeah.
you know, there's the Shanley Hotel up in New York
Mm-hmm.
was Napanock, I think it was. That's super haunted too, and I think they still like let people go up
Yeah.
there and you know rent a room or whatever. Like we did that one very haunted.
Yeah.
With all kinds of people in every single room. There was a old brothel in there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so much activity. It was really, really cool. I don't think there was
You can still hear the
one.
moaning.
There wasn't 1 inch of that place that didn't have something enough that if you stayed the night there were things that crawled into bed with you. Like you could feel something getting in bed with you. Where you can animals.
yeah. I
There
want
was
some of that.
Oh my God, there was so many things up in that one. And,
Ooh, no, I don't want it anymore.
yeah. Well, some of it's
Oh, wait,
we
maybe I
always
do.
wanted to do the Stanley one
Yeah.
too, but that one that one has a lot of like heavy energy with it. So
Now, how does it? Because the Stanley Hotel is very famous. A lot of people talk about wanting to go and hunt there, and people who have hunted there and stuff. You know, when it's so popular, people are bringing in all this energy to it.
Yeah.
They like this. Like I know they're disturbing what's there, but like if a group goes in 10 years later, another group goes in. If those spirits moved on, they're not going to be able to get the same stuff, right?
Yeah.
They're not going to be.
well, what happens is that sometimes spirits start getting annoyed.
I guess,
And they
Yeah.
can go one
'Cause
way
remember,
or the
they
other.
are a
They
shed
can either
of
get
us.
more aggressive,
If you're-
or they can decide like, you know what, I'm not doing this. I'm not
Yeah.
talking to you. You know,
And-
it just depends. But usually you'll pick up something if you have recorders and stuff.
And touch on that kind of goes against what we stand for. Like we don't go in to agitate.
Yeah.
We don't go into irritate and this and that. I mean, we can go in on unexpectedly sit in someone's chair and piss them off and like not
Yeah.
knowing it, but we're not. We're gonna. We don't do
leave
that.
now.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, they're on the other side going. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
You got it, buddy.
Go back to front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, watch this. I'm gonna scare the crap out of you.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
and so that's the one thing that I don't want to say upsets me about those things, but like a lot of those places where like battlefields or like these hotels, it's constant for these spirits, and
Yeah.
they gotta hate it.
Being bombarded.
And like if you know you're in a place where maybe you're doing a tour or something, that's one of the things to do. Like I think that can kind of set you apart from others when it is a tour because everybody's doing the same thing. They're bringing these tours through over and over and over.
Yeah.
But if you're walking around with it and you just have your recorder and like you're quietly saying like, hey, I know you're here. I just want to say hi and I know you have to talk to a lot of people. So basically, you're talking to the spirit as if they're right next to you.
Yeah.
Like if they're a person you're walking with, But I remember who was it that was on our show that told us the story about when they went to England and they went into that old like bar and they were talking about. They were telling them about the way that the person.
It was that guy with the thing from the place.
He was
Oh,
talking
that
about
look
how
is
there was a
perfect.
spirit that comes out at the same time
Okay.
every time when the bar closes and stuff, and but it's just like a common folklore. So I know that out there in the UK they have a lot of those type of stories, like in the old places like that.
Would it would you think that'd be more of a residual, or is it interacting with?
I
it, or-
don't, I remember him saying that he heard it, like it
Okay.
would constantly do the same thing. So yes, that's going to be a more
Yeah.
of a
Yeah, I
residual,
remember.
like the knocking and
then
the,
people would come at that time to like hear.
Yes,
Yeah. I
yeah.
remember that story. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was on one of our shows. I don't
Okay.
remember who it was, but I do remember that.
Probably
one.
episode 47 to
I don't know. We had like
83.
what 1,000.
We had a 200 and something episode party that one.
We did. No, I think we had 100.
300?
way more guys. We were on for 9 years.
I think
Yeah.
it was like 3.
There's
We-
52 weeks in a year.
We had I think we had an episode party
Yeah.
for our 142nd episode, just for a random reason.
Yeah, we had a good. That was a long.
I like those
lot,
random
but we
episode
also
parties.
had really long. Those were 2
2-hour shows. At a
So-
minimum, she wanted.
And so, yeah, some of those
The
were
saucy wench.
some of those shows were like we stopped and it was like we kept going. Other ones it was like pulling teeth.
I know. We're like
Yeah.
10 more minutes.
Yeah, you come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah, it was
stretch it out.
Yeah, they were in full control.
Yes.
Now we're in control.
Yeah.
We have
Yeah.
it. Gotta get our
Do
money's
whatever
worth.
we want.
So my bucket list is to go to a castle.
Yeah.
A
That's
castle.
interesting.
I wanna investigate a castle.
So what draws you to the castle?
There's just something like I just have always wanted to, something about the energy that I can feel off of castles or what was there.
Okay.
The type of historical, life or lifestyle, and it feels like there was a lot of them had some type of thing around it back in those days where you had the ones where they had to guard it or watch it or I don't know. There's just something very historical, but I do like historical hauntings.
Oh, you're bringing out the nerd in me. Do you think now, this is more of a scientific question aspect on castles. Castles are made of stone. Do you think stone holds energy better?
Absolutely.
Okay. Because of the
Oh,
minerals
yeah.
in it and all. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So and that's also because you are so attuned to the energy. And that makes me think that castles are a great conduit for you.
Yeah, and I've always been drawn, like, God, forever. I can't even remember a time I wasn't. I love castles.
Yeah.
So that's my like little bucket list thing. And then there's some
Dracula's castle would be
odd
good,
things
I don't
too, because I would like to do a train,
Yeah.
like an old steam engine, or
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, like an old train. That because I keep getting
Family show.
stuff like on that. Like, and that's not something common that people, maybe would do, but
Yeah.
there's just like,
Like an old steam train.
Yeah,
engine,
yeah.
Something like that.
Can you
an old
imagine like
coal train.
an old like haunted train going through Europe or
know,
like
how cool is
that?
that?
All these like Eastern European towns.
yeah.
Yeah.
That would
Yeah.
be sweet.
So
The
there's
Transylvania run.
Yeah.
cool little
Little
things.
Transylvania.
Mufasa.
Yeah, we always talk about checking out Transylvania.
Transylvania 6.
You
You know, it'd be
5,000.
cool. I always had a thing with like samurais growing up and like that kind of old sword fighting type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so like I think over maybe the Great Wall, that area, to do
That
like
would
a
be
hunt
cool.
because like that wall was put up as a protection for them.
Yeah.
Oh, and
You
how
know,
many
and how
souls
many-
are trapped in that
Just
wall?
still trying to climb over. Can you
Yeah.
hear the whispers at night when you're walking through on the wall?
Yeah.
Just
the
poor
between
people.
Mongolia and China.
Poor people building it. How many
Yeah.
are trapped still
Right?
inside there?
Yeah, the Great Wall. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy. I think that'd be fun
Yeah.
to see if we can pick up anything there.
Could you just imagine the logistics of building that?
That's insane.
I mean,
I do want to see it in real life. I'd like to just see what it like. Because things are never as you.
I would like to see the end
picture
of the
it.
Great Wall, like just where it
Very end.
stops.
The guy just walks around.
Yeah, they just walk around. Like,
They got tired.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I ain't climbing this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I've been to one of my bucket list places, but I've been to it before I met you, so I'm not really pissed about that. But the Queen Mary over in Long Beach,
I was on that,
that was
Yeah.
So the history on that,
Yeah.
but I was young.
there was 2 rooms where murders were had. In the engine room, there was a horrific accident where somebody was caught in a sliding door.
It's very
A
creepy
sliding
there.
watertight door. I mean, crushed to death. There is an old grumpy spirit, probably with some old sailor at AB just bitching around. There's spirits that kind of like take you on guides, which is pretty cool. And that's always been like my background is ships. I've worked on ships for 25 years. So that's always just something that kicked into me. The other one is the Lexington in Corpus Christi.
Oh, wow.
Now, there's a third one on my bucket list, but now it's becoming Razor Blades, was the United States.
Yeah.
My buddy actually towed that. It was pretty cool. But the United States, the steamer United States, that was in Philly forever. And it was completely gutted. There was nothing of value in there. It was just open, bare steel frames. But I can just imagine the energy that still goes through it.
You can still tap into
trips.
it.
I mean, presidents
tap
have been
into
on
it.
this. Heads of state have been on the ship.
Oh,
I mean,
hell yeah.
I mean,
That's
just
cool.
there's the whole history to it alone.
Yeah.
And just the energy that has gone through it. I had friends that worked on that ship. And yeah, so things like
That's
that would
crazy.
always catch me.
Yeah.
There was I think it's the Olympic over in Philly also. There's an old one of the Great White Fleet battleships.
Yeah.
Again, all those ships. And that ship, it fought, it took hits. Same thing with the New Jersey.
Yeah, I've been
I
on
would
that a few
love
times.
to get in the bowels
Oh
of New
yeah,
Jersey.
yeah. My friend who went to Sydney Maritime, he took me for their overnight stay there, and it was so cool. We had the bunks, we slept.
When
we had
did
breakfast.
he go there?
2010 he graduated, or 2011 or 12.
What's he doing now?
He works in the Gulf on the water on an oil rig.
Everybody knows somebody from that school.
Yeah, I went there a few times. It was
Yeah,
fun.
see?
Yeah, it's so cool. It's the coolest place I've ever been to regarding like the sea. I don't
Now,
have much.
Did you see the museum?
No, see, we were there for his graduation. We stayed there for 2 days, but
Okay.
we didn't like. He took me to his dormitory
Yeah.
and all that stuff, but like nothing really.
So in the quad, in the actual the Pentagon, which is the original Pentagon, which is our national Pentagon is built off of, is I think 2/3 of that is a museum with old pieces.
Oh yeah, it was fascinating.
I would get lost because our classes were there too, so I'd always be late because every time I'd stop and I'd look at stuff, and I mean they have the beautiful old pieces from going way back. My friend's a curator there, so if you ever want to do a ghost hunt,
Hell yeah.
and especially
cool.
in just the fort itself, it was built in the early 1800s. It was used to close off the eastern approaches of Manhattan through the East River over there. And so you have Fort Schuyler and Fort Totten right across the river from each other. And yeah, I mean, just the history. It was
man.
used as a prisoner of war camp during the Civil War. And just, yeah.
I remember seeing all like the
there's gonna be a lot
statues
there.
and like
Yep.
it was a long time ago, but it was cool to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, New York City actually does have a lot. And any
Oh,
of the times
yeah.
we've been in there, like even if you stay in one of the hotels,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh,
but,
all
but-
the energy.
It's the direction the British came
Oh,
in.
yeah.
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 Yeah, and you know, just in general, we went to a show at a little off Broadway, and for a medium,
Yep.
and like the whole theater, like you walk in it, if you're somebody who's sensitive, like all the hair stands up on your, because you can
Yep.
feel there's almost so much that you can't breathe.
Mm-hmm.
And I find theaters fascinating. That's
Theaters
another one I
are
would
heavy.
love to.
Theaters do have an energy to them.
Yeah,
a very
that's another
specific
thing
energy.
that would be cool to
wonder why.
really do get deep into.
Maybe the
investigating.
acting.
Well, yeah. So
Maybe
the last
maybe
segment,
the
we touched upon feeding off of negative energy.
Yeah.
So if you have a dramatic play,
yeah.
You have a heavy energy
You're
play,
like
you're
creating that
manifesting.
environment. You're almost like creating that actual scene.
it is a
And
buffet
there's a
for
lot of
spirits.
people,
Yeah.
but there's
Hell
also a
yeah.
lot of different energies sitting in those seats.
Yeah.
But you don't know
those-
what's
yeah.
going on in their lives.
And you know a lot of those-
watching those plays,
like
you
a
know.
movie theater too.
A lot,
but-
lot of those actors are pretty
Like
dark
imagine
too.
going to
Yeah.
Rome and sitting in those stadiums where
Oh,
the
the
lions,
Colosseums, yeah.
when they fought the lions. Or
Yeah.
here's a question. Speaking of ships, if it ever were to happen, could you get the same imprints on the Titanic if they were to surface it than you would if it never? Like, you know what I mean? Like if they bring if you do an underwater ghost hunt, will we get spirits?
Oh my God.
Are they still attached underwater?
Mother effer. All right, mother effer. So here's a story about this. So being a student of Jackie,
Yeah.
being in tune with things, we've done a lot of psychic development.
Yeah.
My wife says, "Hey, there is a Titanic exhibit over in Newark. Let's go see it."
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's cool.
No, it sucks.
Really? Is nothing real, is it? Like, they don't have anything.
No, they pulled up a lot of stuff.
They
from
did.
there.
Okay.
Oh, we gotta
So-
go.
Yeah, I would love to go.
Oh, no.
Is it terrible?
Well, as soon as I walk in, I text you. I'm nauseous. Now I'm sad. I am picking
I
up on the
remember
energy.
you- I
Yes.
remember this.
I picked up
Yeah.
on the
You
energy
didn't
of.
bubble up.
Oh no, I didn't think I had to because I was like, I'm gonna go to the museum.
So you're
I'm gonna-
feeling it just.
Oh yeah, you're
As-
gonna feel all
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
Well,
and with
because
a
it's
connection
gonna
to
feel all
It's
the-
a psychometry. You're
all the
tapping into it.
trauma, or the,
Yeah,
or the
'cause
pain, or
connected
the
to it.
sadness, or
Oh.
the fear.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you don't even have to surface
Oh
it.
yeah, no, I felt it all.
Yeah. You gotta, when you start to feel
Yeah.
it, you gotta let it, you gotta pull back out real quick.
Oh no,
Yeah,
there was
you
no
gotta,
pulling
like-
out. It was we were in for $1.
Get
for,
knocked out.
we were in all the way. But and it was weird because I remember I texted you and
In too deep.
I was so sad. I was feeling all these emotions, but I loved it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I was
Well,
so
because you got to experience
Yeah.
something that was a piece of a big
Yeah.
piece of history.
Big
too.
me
impact
being
on the
a
world.
history nerd,
Big
like,
impact.
Like
Yeah.
I'm sitting, I'm looking at literally, a set of bits from this thing. I'm like,
I
this
wonder
is
what
on the
that
decks.
would do to me. They always.
We're gonna have to go
Been
for- we're
told
gonna
to
have
have
to
Yeah,
life
find
on
out.
the
I don't know if it's
Titanic.
still there because it was a roving exhibit, but they had a lot of artifacts that they brought up from
That'd
it.
be
We gotta
cool.
figure
had
out if we can
plates,
find something,
pieces
'cause
of the
I'm
ship,
really
but yeah.
interested in that.
I mean, you can always go to the 9/11 memorials.
Yeah.
we have. Oh.
Yeah, we did a mini walkthrough one time of like oh no, we didn't go in. We were in the city years ago. We
Yeah.
walked to Lower Manhattan, and we saw the fountain and all that stuff.
Yep.
But we didn't go in the actual exhibit.
Yeah, exhibit's tough.
Yeah, I heard it was
It's rough.
It was tough.
It's
Yeah.
rough, but
Yeah,
it also feels human.
we need
the
that.
same
We need
time.
those reminders.
I mean, when you're
we need to remember.
you're sitting there and
It's
you're looking
humbling.
at the fire truck where the guys rode in on, and
Yeah.
it was under the rubble, and like wow. So
Still hits.
here's a question on ethics now. Where do you draw the line between respect and the art of hunting? So again,
That's a good.
yeah. So I mean, we definitely have
Yeah.
respect for where we go to, but
Oh,
there
yeah.
there are groups out there, and I'm not saying any names or anything like that, but they will do it for the views, and they will
Yeah.
go to places,
And they
where,
get aggressive with them,
Yeah.
and they poke and they prod, and
Yeah.
they, you know,
They try to stir
there's-
stuff up on purpose.
I mean, and there's
They'll
but
stir the
for me,
pot.
there's some places that that should be it's kind of sacred ground.
well,
Yeah.
it's their, it's just like us wanting privacy and
Yeah.
respect. Think about it. If you were just trying to hang out in your dining room or your living room and watch a TV show, and there was constantly somebody like right in front of your face
Yep.
asking you questions and wanting you to answer,
Yeah,
you got to think of it that way, because they're on the other side, but they have a life on.
Yeah. Oh,
And even though
Was that peanut
even
butter?
if they are even if they are choosing to stay around here or whatever, still they have their,
Well, if you
their
could
little
just- Yeah.
space over there. So us trying to communicate with them, find out what's going on, and help the ones that need help is
Yeah.
one thing.
Yeah.
But when we do it, we talk to them like they're right there with us.
Yep.
And we do say please and thank you. Like, hey, can you take a picture? Can you come stand by me and take a picture?
Yeah.
Or hey, can you tell us this? No, thank you. Could you get a little closer? If we have like a prop set out that
Yep.
would go off to let us know. Like we are very respectful.
that's something I wanted to touch on too, because like I said, we've done graveyards.
Yeah.
And for me, a graveyard is a resting place. That's
it's just where the physical body goes to rest.
but it's the approach that we do. It's that we're just there to say hi.
Yeah.
We don't want to
Yeah,
like.
we don't. So everything knows our intention.
Yeah.
When we walk in, when you walk into a room with spirits, they already know exactly what you're about and why. For the most part, I guess, unless like something was really disgruntled or something. But I would think that there's some kind of a line where you start to generate some kind of karma if
Yeah.
you're really gonna really
Yeah.
push in these limits. Because even though they're spirits, we're talking to what we are essentially. So
Yeah.
we got to respect ourselves. No.
Well,
Then-
but some don't end up having respect
No.
For the
when
humans?
we've done those negative ones,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
we talked about, like the
That's their path. That's their karma.
the ones that
Yeah.
get a little bit aggressive, and we've been in that situation, and I mean, like we were just talking about it before we started the show, but like we talk about how those spirits like that will find ways to insinuate themselves into someone's life, and they do usually go low energy people
Yeah.
or children, like we were talking about how they they try to gain the trust.
They don't have dark
of them
energy, the
and-
kids, but they're more pure and easy to navigate.
Oh, I know some kids that are total evil shits.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
There are
like,
some
and
nasty
we
fucks.
talked about cases we've had to do where kids were being, bothered by spirits and things, and
Yeah.
and then that spirit was getting aggressive, and so yeah, it's a fine line between when you have to, like, you're pushing it too far.
Yeah.
And most people are drawn to places that are super, super haunted, or that they hear,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, this person went there, or the creepy ones, like the insane asylums, or the like, we did one at Burlington Prison, and I have to say that was very creepy and very haunted. And when you listened back on EVPs, those prisoners, some of the ones we communicate with, were talking like in language that only a prisoner would talk
Yep.
in. And even I got to, like, because we were like closing each other into the cells and stuff, and sometimes it got where you were
hope
like,
they open
okay,
up.
this is a lot of energy,
a lot of
so
heavy
like some of
energy.
those heavier places are it does it gives you the creeps. And when you go home, you already know you're uncomfortable when you're in a place that haunted, but when you go back and listen to everything you got, then it's just like, oh my God.
Yeah. So bringing it back to the ethics of a ghost hunt, and you said going with good intent, but at what point does even good intent versus just, I'm trying to grasp the words for it, just right or wrong? Like, so for us, we are in the area. 9/11 was a very touching thing. It's a very deep rooted thing. So for us to go do an investigation in one of those areas would be, I don't know if I'm comfortable with
So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
so
But
out of
for
respect
somebody-
like the families and
Somebody
stuff like
else,
that,
they just
like
want the
but for somebody that is
for someone that's just grieving their loved one
Yeah.
versus someone like, look, there's people coming in here and
Yeah.
messing up all the. Yeah, I understand.
But what's to say another
Guess we're
group,
not gonna
say
make
from
everybody-
Europe or another country, would come in where there is no real connection to this?
Yeah, that's
You know,
exactly what they would do.
But so
Yeah.
that's them. Like,
Yeah.
well, we're being respectful, but like,
we should
there
all
is no
have the
connection.
same amount
Well,
of
they
respect.
and they might feel
You
the
know,
same
that-
about us if we
Yeah.
want to go to their country,
Or,
like we were just
even a
talking
castle.
about.
That's
Yes.
literally like me
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah,
like,
and maybe
I know
that's
you're
a
from the
sacred
UK,
place to them.
Yeah.
but like because you're so far away, I just don't care about you as much.
But I think
that's
like
kinda what that-
we would research it enough time to say,
Yeah.
hey, this was a sacred place, or this because you don't want to walk into a church
Yeah.
and be
Talk to me now.
Like, think about like Notre Dame
Yeah.
or something like that burnt down. Like doing a hunt. Like I guess why not do a hunt in a church? Why it's a spiritual place, right? But people get weird. Like
Well, it's
people who are
also
devout
just-
religious people be like, get out of
just
my church with
respect
that
for
voodoo
their-
stuff.
their peace.
Yeah.
And what about other things, like when we're investigating other energies, and like we were talking about, like you go to the Appalachian Trail, which runs across the entire country.
Yeah, runs right up here.
And the things and the stories, and oh my God, I know we talked about this a couple months ago, are horrifying.
Yeah.
Some of the things that they say are out there, like cryptids and
Oh,
things that are
yeah.
not like
Yeah.
people wouldn't even. I don't even know what to say for some of the stories I've heard, because they even made me look. I was looking over my shoulder like, oh my God, I'd rather talk to a million ghosts
crazy
than come
elementals.
across anything like those beings that people say they come across, especially on that. And all of them are around that. A lot of them are on the Appalachian Trail, not just Bigfoot, but all these odd looking things.
Yep.
And just like I said, stories of when they go into caves and these crazy looking scary things, which we know there are things that have bred or become something because either they're always underground and they've kind of mutated to that, and it's scary, but like and or half breeds, because we always say that the living is more scary than the dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right?
I mean, I'm half breed. I'm half human, half sexy.
You know what I mean?
I know.
But the way we've, like, a lot of the things that we've learned as we went, some of these stories, those are not ones I like I rather talk about and tune into a bazillion ghosts.
The fun stuff, yeah. Again, so for those of us or for those who don't know this, we have this thing where we go on and we ask AI a question. And then we find out if AI is on point or totally full of shit. But being that AI gets most of its information from the internet, where even do I have ChatGPT on here? A lot of the times, there it is. We think it can be full of crap because a lot of stuff on there is weird.
Yeah.
AI, where is the most haunted place on Earth? And now I hit that button. Okay, we're going to find this out.
Got a bunch of places.
Naughty. Okay, hold on. And the other thing we do
Oh, yeah.
is we're just going to spin the wheel of effects. Do you want me to read it?
Sure.
All right, you just tell me when.
When?
So the question was, where's the most haunted place on Earth? Gives you a couple. Povaglia Island. Oh, Jesus Christ, Jackie.
Demon ass voice.
You picked this one.
God damn.
All right, so there's a Povaglia Island in Italy, a small island near Venice that was once a quarantine site for the plague victims, and later an asylum. It is often called one of the most haunted places on Earth today. It's
Special
abandoned.
asylum.
I would think Chernobyl would be kind of cool too.
Chernobyl.
Jesus.
Yeah,
All right, there's another one. Tower. Oh, you want me to spin it for a new one?
Oh,
Okay.
no, yeah, whatever you want to do. Jeez.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. I think there's a thing to make it even. Yeah. Hello, Sydney. So here we go. The Tower of London, England. Nearly 1,000 years of executions, torture, and imprisonment. Famous ghosts include Anne Boleyn and the princes of the Tower.
Yeah, UK was.
Oh, this one is. I think this is the one I'm thinking of in Japan. They actually made a movie about this. Okay, I just destroyed that named forest in Japan. Said,
Oh, that's the one where
Suicide
they're all
Forest?
hanging from the trees.
yes,
Suicide Forest? Yeah.
known as the Sea of Trees at the base of Mount Fuji, has a reputation as a place of restless spirits.
Okay, that's a different kind of darkness.
Yeah.
That's where human souls are like really.
People go there to commit suicide. It's like a cultural thing. Like
Next.
they go there.
Tough one.
Oh, this is a good one.
Tough one.
Mother effer. Eastern State Penitentiary, USA.
Been
Oh,
there.
yeah.
A Philadelphia prison.
Oh, my God. that's
Notorious for harsh solitary confinement. Visitors and staff often report strange noises, shadows, and apparitions. Wow, the peanut butter is still flowing. And the final one, Chateau de Brissac, France. I apologize now, Jenny, for people.
Sorry, friends.
Home to the Green Lady, said to be
Pepe
the
Le
spirit
Pew.
of a woman murdered centuries ago. Well, I was hoping for more of a reason why. I think AI kind of
Well,
dropped the
that's
ball
you
on this.
answered. Which
I mean,
one?
it
You
answers some
asked where.
places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I was hoping
famous
for
place.
for more of like, why is it the most haunted? I mean, just because, like the one
you said where.
where. Okay, but yeah, but
answered
so it didn't give me like an example of, well, what makes it the most haunted?
Well, they told you who was haunting.
Yeah, but it wasn't like,
You're
You know.
asking AI for a lot.
okay, so what do you think? AI got it? I'm like, I'm
he
thumbs
answered
down
your
on this.
question.
Technically, it answered the question, but didn't elaborate
You
like we
didn't.
wanted.
You didn't say in detail, please. But don't, because that's going to be another 20 minutes, and then everybody's going to go click.
My neck is killing.
Nice. Anyhow, so from all of us,
Yep.
Bye bye. Thanks for tuning in.
yeah,
Bye,
and,
guys.
and again, I'll wave because remember I used to wave on the radio. Like,
Yeah.
who the heck
Yeah,
are
I
you waving
know.
at? I'm like, I'm waving anyway. Now I can do it.